Yo, what's up everybody? Don't mind me, I'm just so excited about the new Nintendo Direct that I wanted to talk about it with you guys. That's why I'm still wearing pants. But that may change soon, so we need to talk about the new Nintendo Direct before I lose control of my pants. Okay, so the first thing they hit us with is a teaser for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and I'm sensing a theme with their expansions. With names like Iceborne and Sunbreak, I wouldn't be surprised if they started going down the Pokemon route. Funny enough, my first instincts when I saw this trailer made me think of Castlevania. I think it's because of the Blood Moon and the vampire motif that the monster had going for it. But either way, more monsters in a game called Monster Hunter is always a good thing. So while they didn't drop any details, it was still nice to get a release window.
It's almost time to party!
Alright, now it's a party! They showed off a new trailer for Mario Party Superstar, and as disappointed as I am that there's only 5 boys, at least they look really good. And hey, Birdo is finally playable again after being snubbed in Super Mario Party. While I didn't think anything in the trailer could top that, they showed a minigame based on Resident Evil 5, so I just had to pre-order the game.
Welcome to Voice of Cards.
Voice of the Cards? What is this, a prequel to Yu-Gi-Oh? Anyway, regardless, I'm not that big on card games, so I wasn't really interested in this game at first. But if you name drop Yoko Taro, I'll play whatever the hell that man puts out. The fact that they had a demo ready is such a Nintendo Direct thing to do, and I love it.
Become a hero or an absolute disaster of a human being.
Hey, my mama told me I could be anything, so I choose to be both. Disco Elysium. This is one of those games I heard so many good things about it that made me want to play it, and yet I never actually did. Thankfully, my laziness works entirely in my favor because now that there's going to be a definitive version, I can just say I was waiting for this version to come out in case anyone asks why I haven't played this game before.
Uncover more stories in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Oh yeah, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. To be honest, I never really got into Breath of the Wild, and I never played this game despite owning it since launch, since I never played the first game that much. Still, I have absolutely no idea what's going on in this trailer, but they showed an army of Gerudo women, and that's good enough for my fantasies tonight.
Start your engines and get set for a new racing experience.
Okay, Chocobo GP. At first, this game gave me extreme Hello Kitty Cruiser vibe, but it actually looks pretty damn decent. The graphics look fine, the characters look cute, even Gilgamesh. And heck, even the item system looks kinda interesting. It reminds me of Mod Nation Racers with its upgradable weapons, and I really love that game. I didn't think I would be interested in a Final Fantasy style kart racer, but I guess if they could make a Final Fantasy themed basketball game, I guess Final Fantasy could work with anything.
Before we show you our next video, we have some news about the last fighter for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game. Mr. Sakurai, the game's director, will reveal this fighter.
Yes, the final Smash Bros. Character is an announcement. You know, I've always wanted to play as an announcement.
Next, please take a look at this.
I don't know why, but the first thing I thought of when I saw this shot was The Last of Us Left Behind. God, I love that game. Whoa, hold up, a new Kirby game? And it takes place in a post-apocalyptic city that's been overrun with monsters and vegetation? That's actually kinda hype. And the gameplay looks so good that if you didn't know anything about the series, you would have thought that Kirby was always a 3D game. And doesn't that gorilla have a mohawk? Man, I am so on board. For a game with a Forgotten Land subtitle, it was honestly one of the most memorable games of the Direct for me. And the next Animal Crossing Direct is coming out in October, which we'll talk about the update coming out in November. At least it's not an announcement of an announcement, but with the updates that Animal Crossing New Horizons has gotten so far, that's not saying much. I still can't wait for the Roost though.
2 games, 1 game update, and lots of fun.
Okay, I'm sorry, but anytime I hear 2 blanks with 1 blank, I just get chills down my spine. But hey, at least this new Mario Golf DLC looks really nice. The snow and desert levels don't look as creative or as interesting as New Donk City, but still, 2 new courses and 2 new playable characters, and it's coming out tonight. Well, I know what I might be doing tonight. I lose control of my pants. So they showed off this Disney game, and well, the less I say, the better. Oh hell yes, they'll finally port Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic to the Nintendo Switch. While this game was always available on your iPhones and stuff, I still appreciate that the Switch can play all of these old Star Wars games. Hey, here's hoping that we'll finally get Battlefront.
There's one thing you must always remember. Stay human.
Oh yeah, Dying Light. Yeah, I'll be honest, I was never really the biggest fan of Dying Light. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it's cool that we're getting a port of the first game and a cloud version of the second game, but I myself could never really get into the series. I do like how it's a parkour game with like Mirror's Edge, but with zombies. But I don't know, I played this once on the PS4 and I just wasn't really feeling it, so I just don't really care for the series.
Utility, morality, or liberty.
On the other hand, Triangle Strategy honestly looks super amazing to me. Like with Dying Light, I bought Project Octopath, but I didn't really get into it. But this one looks so much better, with the whole story being about the War Council and needing to make enemies and friends. It just looks so dramatic, and I can't wait for the combat, which looks so creative. Okay, you can't tell me this voice line was not a reference to Star Wars.
You have gone to the one place I cannot follow.
Okay, calm down there, Princess Amidala. Another Metroid Dread trailer. Now, don't take that as me being disinterested. As much as I love how confident Nintendo is about this game, I've been purposely not watching trailers because I'm trying to go in as blind as possible. And boy, is that hard to do when Nintendo's YouTube channel keeps trying to shove videos down our throats. So anytime I see a trailer for a game I'm trying to go blind in, I make the exact same face that Samus makes.
Up next, we have news about Nintendo Switch Online.
I just love how smug Mario looks in that photo. Oh my god, they're adding Nintendo 64 games to the Nintendo Switch Online? And they're good games? With online capabilities? And they're even adding Genesis games as well? Nintendo, take my money. Oh, it looks like you will because it's actually part of a new membership plan. Okay, well, while I would have preferred free, honestly I like this idea a little bit as well. I mean, while paying for online does seem a little weird, at least the upgraded plan is only for people who want to play these extra games, so those who don't care about it at all don't have to pay more than what they're already getting. I kind of wish PlayStation Plus had something like this. I'm not saying the games they give out aren't worth it, it's just that if I buy my games physically anyway, I'd much rather pay less for PlayStation Plus to just get the online than to get the free games as well. The Shadow One Trilogy and Castlevania Advance Collection. While I've never played these games, I've always heard good things about them, so while I'm not personally interested in these myself, I'm happy for the people who do. The same could be said for Actraiser Renaissance, but considering how unique the game looks, and the fact that this looks like a full-blown remake, I'm actually more interested in this. And of course, we have to have Nintendo Direct's patented Available Now announcement, since it's not a Nintendo Direct unless it happens.
A new chapter is about to unfold.
Now, I'm a huge fan of Undertale. I even have 4 copies of the game, so you'd think I'd be more interested in Deltarune, but since I'm the kind of player who prefers to wait until episodic games are finished before diving in, I don't know. I do enjoy that this is entirely free, but I just haven't really been excited for it. Still, maybe one day I'll break the rule and I'll go in early, but for now, I'll just wait and see.
Koizumi-san.
Oh, Miyamoto-san.
Oh, I didn't expect Shigeru Miyamoto to come on stage to talk about the release date of the new Super Mario Bros. Movie, as well as the voice cast. I mean, you're obviously gonna have Charles Martinet voice Mario, right? Huh. I did not expect Chris Pratt to play Mario. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore the actor, but I can't imagine Mario without Charles Martinet. Then again, I never knew how much I wanted Charlie Day voicing Luigi, Keegan-Michael Key voicing Toad, and Jack Black voicing Bowser until just now, so maybe Chris Pratt would do a good job, and hey, at least Charles Martinet is featured in some capacity. I'm personally hoping that he reprises Wario since he was so good in WarioWare Gold. If only they had cutscenes and WarioWare Get It Together, because honestly that was the only disappointing part of the game to me. Okay, you may not know this, but I'm a huge fan of Splatoon, so when they showed Splatoon 3, I was unbelievably hyped. The stages look so cool. What is that new ninja arm power? Is that a freaking Bakugan? Yeah, we're definitely going on in on this one. The multiplayer looks the funnest ever, and hey, this is coming from someone who still plays 2 to this day. I also love how epic the story mode looks this time around, especially that shot of the city that looks straight out of Into the Spider-Verse. Now, I'll be honest, I find single player in Splatoon games to be really boring to play through, besides the Octoling expansion. But this looks so amazing that I'm actually pretty excited for this one. Also, I really love how much drip this guy has. And I've seen Balenciaga's Fortnite clothes, so I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, this is the last trailer we have to show you today. Please take a look.
Okay, when I first saw this game, I had no idea what to expect. I honestly thought that you're just going to be playing a military-style game where you fend off kaiju from a city, and that would have been pretty freaking amazing, so I wish we gotten that. But then I saw Lappy. Yeah, I was so excited for a possible sequel for Astral Chain. But then when the game went into Wish Time and Bayonetta steals the spotlight, I was honestly kind of cool with that too. The game still looks as fire as the first two, with Wish Time and Wish Execution still being as awesome looking as ever. But when Bayonetta busted out, not that kind of busting out, the giant monsters, that's when I became really sold on the game. They may be only used for scripted encounters and boss fights, but hey, set pieces like these are what really makes me hyped for Platinum Games games. Try saying that 3 times fast. But overall, I really enjoyed this Nintendo Direct. 2022 is going to be packed with so many great games. Now, speaking of things being packed, I think I need to take a minute to end this video before anything inappropriate happens.